İyi akşamlar arkadaşlar, hoş geldiniz. Herkese merhaba. So, today we will talk about the past in the past concept in Turkish. Some of you may be familiar with this concept, so for them it will be a review of the subject, but for some of you it could be a new concept. So, I also see beginners in the chat. For them, I will try to keep this very beginner friendly, so you will still be able to follow the lesson. There can be words that you don't know or other grammar that you're not quite familiar with, but I will try to help you have a grasp of the idea. So, we are starting with an introduction. So let's understand what that is. I could call this complementary verbs because technically that's what it is, but I decided to call it past in the past because when people know what it is or when they can understand in simple words, they will be more it will be more easy for them to understand it. So past in the past is basically an event happening before another event. So we have two events, both of them are in the past, but the first one happens before the other one. Just like how you say, when I came home, the kids had already slept. So the kids sleeping is an event in the past, but that happened before me coming home. Okay, that's the logic. I came home, but before that, the kids had already slept. And this had already slept, this had slept form, the structure is also known as past perfect tense in English. So today we will learn how to say had done, had come, had went, or has done with other pronouns. And in order to understand or form our own sentence, we need to have some prerequisites. We need to know a few more things before that. Firstly, the understanding of the basic tenses, and then the adverbial suffixes, because these adverbial suffixes will be like our connector. It will put two events together. We will tie one event with the other by using a suffix, by using an adverbial suffix. And of course, there will also be vowel harmony and consonant changes, but I will not go into that detail. It will be too long. If you are still completely new, you can read up on vowel harmony and consonant changes in your free time. So, wait, I will bring a timeline to demonstrate what I am talking about here and place the things accordingly, just like this. So, as I keep saying, past in the past is basically a suffix, but we form this suffix by combining and actually separate the suffix, the complementary the suffix, with indirect or inferential past tense, basically the mush past tense. Like if you want to indicate, that's the keyword, because you don't have to use it. It's only an option to clear confusion. To indicate that event A, I will call it A, not A, just the Turkish sound. Event A happens before event B. If you want to indicate that, you can use mıştı. Mıştı. So, for example, event A, it could be, for example, me coming home. Ben eve geldim. I came home. And event B could be çocuklar uyudu. Or just to keep this consistent again, let's change the events because event A happens before event B. Okay? Event A, the kids slept. Çocuklar uyudu. Kids slept. And ben eve geldim. I came home. So now I want to combine them. I want to say, when I came home, the kids had, you can insert already or just say had slept. When I came home, the kids had slept. For this had slept, I will use mıştı. So it goes like this. Ben eve. Do you guys want to do this? I can wait. You can type. How do you combine two events with the timeline order? So pay attention to which one happened first. Not quite, Engin. You used the dığım zaman correctly, but the actual ending is not correct. Okay, all of your examples are correct so far. Dimzi, you used a different alternative, different from or different than the others, but it's correct. And yes, Engin, yes. So, ben eve geldiğim zaman, for the when I came home part, I use the dı zaman suffix. Geldiğim zaman, çocuklar uyumuştu. So technically, Engin, you can insert the lar, but it's not needed. You can go with the singular ending as usual. Ben eve geldiğim zaman çocuklar uyumuştu. So actually, let's keep it with singular. Ben eve geldiğim zaman çocuklar uyumuştu. So my first event happened here. Both of them are in the past, but it happened before. I came home here. I came home here. Kids slept here. And here is the present. Maybe I can write that as well. This is present. So I'm referring to two events in the past, but I want to indicate the kids slept before me coming home. So ben eve geldiğim zaman çocuklar uyumuştu. Okay? Ben eve geldiğim zaman çocuklar uyumuştu. So for this, referring to this, I say mıştı. No, Engin, it's not correct. Okay, so first I'll show you other examples with more context. Then I will be showing you different alternatives as the Delights of Turkish part. And then I will have your examples as practice. Then I think it will be completed. So let's talk about these examples. The first one says, polis olay yerine geldiğinde katil kaçmıştı. Polis olay yerine geldiğinde katil kaçmıştı. So now we have two events. The police came to the crime scene, but before that, the murderer, katil, had already run away. Actually, already, I should delete this. It's not, it shouldn't be there yet. Okay, so two events, but I want to indicate that the murderer has run away before the police came. Okay, and the other one. Ben geldiğimde ders çoktan başlamıştı. Ben geldiğimde, the im here, pay attention to ending. Ders, lesson. So now çoktan. Çoktan, already, başlamıştı. So the thing with çoktan, it's mostly used with this past in the past thing. Çoktan başlamıştı. It reinforces the meaning of its happening in the past. Ders çoktan başlamıştı. Like already. Like before me coming, it has already started. So this should be your new adverb for this week. Çoktan with zaten. Ders zaten başlamıştı. It wouldn't work the same way. There would be a subtle difference. So I will still say çoktan. Okay, and the other example, sen aradığında onlar çoktan gitmişti. So now two events again, you calling and them leaving. But they left before you called. Aradığında çoktan gitmişti. Or yağmur başladığında eve girmiştim. I had entered. This happened before it starting raining. Yağmur, rain, başladığında, başlamak, to start. When it started raining, ben, I, eve, to the house, girmiştim. Had already entered. Otobüs, the bus, kalkmak can mean a lot of things. It can mean to stand up. But in the case of a bus, kalkmak, it's like departing, like leaving the place and sitting or heading out, just moving. Otobüs kalktığında ben daha yeni, now a new adverb, daha yeni otogara gelmiştim. So the daha yeni part is basically just here. Like when you had just done something, you can say daha yeni yaptım. Sometimes you can replace daha yeni with şimdi, but for some reason, I'm not sure. In this sentence, you can't replace daha yeni with şimdi. But other times, like eve şimdi geldim. I just came home. Ders şimdi başladı. The lesson just started. But with this mıştım, daha yeni is the only option. No, Nemo. I see your point, but no. I mean, it could be, like, there could be new things, but one of them could be newer. You can, in other contexts, you can say, mesela, for example, 2 tane bisikletim var, bu bisikletim daha yeni. this bicycle is more new or newer. You can say it in a different context, but here daha yeni means like just. It just happened. Şimdi oldu or daha yeni oldu. And the other meaning. That one is more important. So I have been saying mıştı is past in the past, but it has an other meaning. It's not always past in the past. It's not always had done. We also use it when we refer to an event that both parties mutually remember. By parties here I mean both people, you and the other person you are talking to, and mutually like you remember it, the other person remembers it. You both witnessed or experienced that event. In that case, you can say mıştı. Now I will write a few examples with context. So, like if you are talking about weather, and if you want to refer to the winter last week, you can say geçen sene kar yağmıştı. Hatırlıyor musun? Geçen sene kar yağmıştı. Now there's only one event. Just it's snowing. Last year it snowed. Do you remember? So I'm expecting you to remember because when it snows, if you live in the same city, same place, you witnessed it yourself, and the other person just says, of course, tabii ki. Hatırlıyorum, I remember. Or, yeah, biz görüşmüştük. That happens. You can use this. So your friend says like, hey, it's been a long time. We haven't seen each other for a really like for a year. Then you say, no, we met up. We talked once. Hayır. Görüşmüştük. Geçen ay kampüste konuştuk ya da konuşmuştuk. Okay? Like, no, we have seen each other. Even though there's only one event here, I'm not trying to indicate this event happened before another event. I'm trying to indicate it happened to both of us. Like, we both have or supposed to have a memory of this event. So another useful thing to say would be with this, söylemiştim. This is basically told you so. Told you, söylemiştim. If you want to say told you, you can say söylemiştim. So now söylemiştim, there's only one event saying, but I want to emphasize that I said it and you heard it, like I said it to you. You experienced me saying it. Böyle olacağını söylemiştim. Yes. I mean, if you search this söylemiştim in the server, you will come up with a lot of results. I will actually do that just now. Söylemiştim. Like there's here. Söylemiştim. The Turkbots emoji says like some messages were deleted. And Pat says söylemiştim. He means like I told you, or I said it. Söylemiştim. Or another example. There's one here. When I said something before, it was mentioned again, and then I go like söylemiştim. Or you could have a lot of results. like here. Last one. So he is referring to an past case where he said it before. Söylemiştim. And like it's a mutual event in the past. Ya, evet söylemiştim. So, yeah. Other meaning of mıştı is referring to a mutual event. Mutual between both parties. You and the other person can remember or they were there. Like geçen sene kar yağmıştı. Or geçen hafta ne yapmıştık? What did we do? Geçen hafta converbs yapmıştık. Even now, right now, myself, without realizing I asked ne yapmıştık? Because it was a public server lesson. You guys were there, so you had a mutual experience, mutual past event. So I asked ne yapmıştık? What did we do together? You were there. So you can use this by referring to a past event with the other person. Ne yapmıştık? What did we do? Söylemiştim. I told you. Or anything else. Görmüştüm, duymuştum, denemiştim. Okay? Secrets of trolling. Yeah. Trolling is an art. Not many people can do it properly. Geçen hafta burada Nemo, maybe I should have included that. Mıştık is only used with verbs. Burada is a noun. It's not a verb. So you can't combine burada and mıştık. So you can say burada or buraya, here, to here, gelmiştik. We came here. Buraya gelmiştik. Okay, don't forget and remember. Mıştık or mıştı is used with verbs. Olmuştuk technically works, but in a different case. Not burada olmuştuk. It's more like it could be used in a different case where you use olmak anyway. Like normally we say buradaydık, we were here, but burada or bu hastanede ameliyat olmuştum. Like if you see a hospital and if you got an operation in that hospital before, ameliyat olmuştum. If you remember the helper verbs lesson, sometimes we don't use olmak and just say the noun or adjective. Sometimes we use it. Like güzeldin, güzel oldun. Buradaydın, burada oldun. Burada oldun is not common, but ameliyat oldun. Burada bulunmuştuk. Yeah, that works. Geçen hafta burada bulunmuştuk. We were present here, or we happened. Bulunmak is very difficult to translate, so I will not even try. But it's more like the idea is to be present. We were present here. Okay, so that's all I can talk about the mıştı. We had the different alternatives. We had the main idea, like past in the past, or the other meaning referring to mutual events. Now Let's have your examples. I will have a few more examples from you.